Our school years, claimed by our elders to be the best years of our lives. When in school, we think that the elders are talking absolute gibberish. As we ourselves get older, we begin to wonder, what if I could go back? What would it be like? Could I even do the work? For 1 week, I'll be returning to my old secondary school, formerly known as Warbreck, then Beacon Hill, now named Unity College Blackpool. During this week, I'll be returning as a new pupil, attending lessons and even donning the school uniform, all in an attempt to see if me, at the age of 25, can come back and do the work after leaving nearly 10 years ago. During my time, I have been performing work in varying levels of difficulty, from basic Year 7 Maths to Year 11 GCSE exam preparation. This film is part social experiment and part insight into what it's like to be a pupil in 2011. My name is Gary John Sr., and for 1 week, I went back to school.
I never actually took this much effort getting ready for school, and that is the smallest tie ever. I do look like an extra at Grange Hill.
My first day of school, I managed to find my old school tie. It didn't fit that well, but it was better than nothing. To be honest, I can't ever remember wearing it other than around my head.
I need to do first, brush my teeth. Already had a cup of tea this morning, watched my cartoons, living life as a proper school child. I can't actually remember what my hair used to look like when I was in school. I remember it being kind of crap because I was trying to grow it, I think, at one point when I was in school. So I just had this like mushroom on my head. And I was got into rock music and became all rebellious, thinking I'll grow my hair and I'm in a band and we did famous. And, never happened because I couldn't do anything musically.
After all my pampering, I set off to walk the familiar route I used to take to school, feeling quite nervous. After all, today, I was the new kid.
This was never here before. This is the old familiar feeling, walking to school on my own. I never had any mates, so I was weird. This feels weird.
In the schoolyard, nobody spoke to me. I was reminded of the feelings of intimidation of a first day in school. Once the teachers let us all in, I met with my form teacher called Mr. Moon. Gives me my timetable for the week, and I settled down for my first form session in nearly 10 years. I was initially surprised to learn that the forms in the school are now made up of a mixture of approximately 5 pupils from each year, as opposed to them all being from one set year group.
Okay, we're going to take the register. And what? Yeah, last week.
No one wants to speak to me. I feel really like the new kid. Does anyone want to come and say hello? I feel like sitting on my own. I feel like the new kid. I am the new kid to this week.
Michael J. Newton, will speak to the new pupil, please.
This is really horrible.
With the initial new boy phobia out the way, it wasn't long until I managed to make 2 new friends.
Why are you a sports captain?
I don't know.
Did you just wear it?
No.
Yeah. I don't. Ooh, this wasn't. Ooh.
After form, I attempted to find my first lesson. The school seemed to have become more of a maze than I can remember.
Back down here.
First lot, I think we will do some subtraction.
Year 7 Maths. It should be mentioned that I never got my Maths GCSE, yet this lesson didn't seem too difficult. Yes, I know it was Year 7, however the speed of the questions that were coming up on the screen proved to be a little too fast for little old me.
4. Right, hands up if you marked and you got 10 out of 10. Well done, lads.
We were being taught a lesson in ratios. To aid us, we had coloured blocks. However, my partner seemed more interested in making weaponry.
What are you making? What, a sword? A gun?
Yeah. You're doing more than me.
Yeah, because you're not helping me. The worst, just making guns. There you go, see? We're learning. With weaponry. Oh, what a way to learn. With some skin. Cheers, dude.
It was Year 7 Maths, so it wasn't too difficult. However, I was also placed into a Year 8 top set lesson. My smugness was soon crushed when I was asked to do a quick sheet consisting of 20 questions at this level. Luckily, I had Rebecca next to me.
and see where this takes me.
My second lesson was French. In school, I failed miserably, and this time wasn't much better.
Bon. Gary, as-tu vu le mariage ce week-end?
Non.
Non, tu l'as pas vu. D'accord. Quelle activité as-tu fait vendredi ou samedi ou dimanche? Qu'est-ce que tu as fait pendant le week-end?
I went to working, pulling pints, working at the pub.
Okay, so how do you say I worked? J'ai travaillé dans le pub.
Dans le pub.
J'ai travaillé dans le pub.
Art. The art classroom looked no different to how it did all those years ago. Neither did my teacher, the always smiling Mr. Taylor. He had me draw a self-portrait.
There's your
Okay.
pencil.
Thank you.
How do we start a portrait? Can you remember all that far back?
No.
Start with the eyes.
The eye. I was going to say the eyes, but I always thought the eyes.
Nose, mouth, and work your way outwards.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So you start it off, and then I'll come and help you out if you need that help later on.
Okay. Okay.
Okey-dokey.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Back in a minute.
Cheers, sir.
Hi, Mom.
It's my eyes. They're a bit close together, don't they?
Looking around at some of the GCSE art pieces, my little picture of whoever that was looked pale in comparison. Break time. I took this opportunity to have a look around to see what had changed in the years since I'd left. During my travels, I managed to find the room where I had my first ever lesson in secondary school.
That was a door. That was my first lesson, was spent in here. I remember going through it because it was with Mr. Tickle, and it was woodwork or design technology, whatever they call it, and I was really, really bad at it. I didn't have an else chance of doing it, but I don't know what all this is now. Well, it's music, I'm guessing. It says music on the wall. That was my year 11 form room. I used to go in there on a Thursday morning, really hungover. Wasn't good.
Clench fist, right one. Can come into your head.
When I originally attended the school, it was a boys' school, so classes like dance were never taught. However, this is 2011. The school is now mixed, and dance has become even more popular and appealing for young people, with acts such as Diversity and George Sampson gracing our television screens. I attempted a dance class, was nearly killed by the warm-up, and once again reassured myself and the poor pupils around me that I have about as much elegance and grace as a drunken spider. In school, I was never very good at PE or games, and this time proved no different. I managed to help my group obtain a Unity record, but I was the one who ruined it. I can't help but think that if I was at school and had done that, I wouldn't have heard the last of it for quite a while. Science was taught by the charismatic Mr. Elcombe. I recall him teaching me when I came here. The lesson was about the nitrogen cycle. I've always been a fan of science, and this lesson reminded me why.
Somebody explain to Gary here, why is your poo brown?
Most things you eat brown.
Well, most things you do eat brown. No, come on, what was the chemical that you produced? Urea. Exactly, it's urea. Okay, it's the chemical you make. Exactly, as a reminder.
It was lunchtime, so I thought I'd go and have a look in the new canteen. Thanks to Jamie Oliver's efforts, the school now has a choice of 2 canteens. According to the pupils, these are called the Healthy Canteen and the other named the Fat Canteen. The Healthy Canteen offering lighter options such as pasta dishes and Subway-esque sandwiches. Meanwhile, the Fat Canteen offers the more traditional school meals such as burgers, pizza and 2 days a week the kids' favourite, chips. During this lunch break, I decided to talk with the prefects. My personal experience of prefects was that of power-crazed pupils on the margins of school life, the bullied types that received authority with a simple badge, giving them the right to tell other pupils that they could not use a corridor at lunchtimes.
That tells us something. So no one's getting through this one, but all the other ones, they can just happily mince around. All right, fair enough. Wait, what's up, mate? Do you want to go through that door? You can't get through that door. There's all them there. They're just bouncers. That's all prefects are, just wannabe bouncers.
This lot seemed like a nice bunch. However, I still cannot understand why people would choose to stand guard over a door instead of enjoying their lunch break. To each his own. During the week, one of my classes was an English GCSE preparation lesson being taught by my temporary form teacher, Mr. Moon. I found his teaching methods to be inspired when aiding the pupils to achieve the highest marks they could in their exams. However, I was reminded of the pressure that is placed on teenagers when taking those papers. These grades determine what will happen in their future, and that is a feeling I don't miss.
Do the whole pop music thing.
Even though this film was primarily about me to see if I can do the work, in this Year 11 lesson, I felt myself being more reserved within the group work, mostly due to the fact that I didn't want to give the pupils any answers, or at the very least the wrong answers.
We had visitors dump themselves down in a grumpy manner.
So...
Well, that's grumpy again.
Yeah, and then disagreeable answers. So in other words, are just awkward.
Yeah, pure awkwardness.
Oh, true, I have to write. I only write in capitals.
Do you have nice handwriting?
I only write in capitals.
Why?
One thing that hasn't changed over time are my excuses to get me out of doing any work.
Oh, you can't write in capitals.
What was known as food technology was now simply known as challenge. My task was to make from scratch a scone-based pizza. I don't mind cooking, but I'll be the first to admit I'm not the best. I had my pink and spotted apron on, and I was ready. Well, sort of.
Look at this. Ready, steady, cook. Oh, what was I doing now? Have we turned that up? What? I just turned the oven up. Oh, oven. Oh, nice. I think it works.
This might look a little aggressive, but my slapdash approach to cooking usually seems to work. By that, I mean it cooks. It might not taste that great, but it cooks. Like I said, usually.
There we go. Done. Miss. Miss, can you just check my pizza for me? I'm a little bit worried.
Yep, perfect.
Perfect.
Nice and rustic around the edges.
Yeah. That's how we like it to be done.
No, that's great, that one.
Miss said it was great, but the proof is in the tasting.
A bit. Would you like to try some?
Yeah.
It's nice, you know, but a bit doughy.
It was my last day of school. I felt it best to go out in the traditional way that all pupils do when they leave, by getting my shirt signed, hoping that nobody wrote "kick me" on my back or drew anything untoward. So my time at Unity College was drawing to a close, and for a second time, I was about to leave school and enter the big wide world. However, this time around was different. I took with me not only the knowledge that dance is dangerous and how to make a semi-edible pizza, but I discovered a whole new respect for teachers and pupils alike. While I enjoyed my time here, I was saddened by the fact I knew I would never have the opportunity to go back to school as a teenager and right the wrongs I may have made along the way. Knowing what I know now, I would have relished in the opportunity for free learning and education, something that at the time we have the habit of squandering, sometimes until it's too late. Teachers do an unbelievable job, and it turns out they are only human after all. It's just a shame it's taken me nearly 10 years to realise.